63%. Doing good. 59% in extras mode. Doing good in that too. So this time we got half of this level to do. And half should still be plenty enough. Alright everyone, so today I want to kind of vent. Just get everything that's been on my mind out there. Get everything on my chest. What? Everything that's on my shoulders, or not, that's not right. Whatever. I just have a lot on my mind that I want to say. So, lately, I haven't been feeling too great. I don't mean, like, health-wise. It's just... like, I feel like I'm near some sort of breaking point, but I don't know. I'm really trying to hold back. Really trying to keep my composure, keep myself... Wow, why did I just walk right into that? Ooh, give me spark. Without dying, please. Just a lot of things going on in my life. Oh, I need fire for this. Hold on. Remember, these fuses burn faster in this mode. Will the flame reach? Yes, it will. So, if you guys recall, I mentioned previously that as of this moment, I have a really big exam coming up in not even a month and a half from now. I think I mentioned, when I mentioned it, it was like 2 months ago. Or not 2 months ago, but 2 months out. I still had 2 months of preparation time. Well, now I have less than a month and a half, and I haven't even started really studying yet. I'm panicking on the inside, but am I really doing any sort of efforts into you know, hoping or preparing, making sure I do good on this? Honestly, no, not really. And in truth, of course I want to do good. Of course I want to pass first try. But the truth is, when you lose motivation, or you just never had interest for something to begin with, you just don't get motivated to do so. I mean, studying enough, nobody's really motivated to do that. But when it's something that, one, you don't two truly care about, and two, it's something that's been kind of ruined for you, you just really don't want to do it. But at this point, I have to, just because I'm technically obligated to. That, and we already paid. So, I'm screaming on the inside about the fact that I have a big exam... Get rid of that. Big exam coming up. The time limit is, you know, running out. I probably should have charged that. No, wait, no, this is my Kirby. There's no charging it. Never mind. Anyways, I'm panicking on the inside that I still have barely started studying for a really big exam coming up in not even a month and a half anymore. What am I going to use this my Kirby? May as well just use it. I know that was a bit of a waste. So you're probably thinking, okay, is that it? You just have an exam that you're not prepared for coming up soon? Is that the only thing that you're freaking out about? No. Why, no, that is not. There's more. For a very long time now, both of my parents, especially my dad has been pushing me and just ooh, don't get damaged there, and non-stop pushing me to do something which I plan to do. It's just he wants me to do it sooner rather than later. And yes, before I say what that is, I just want to mention that I do love my dad very much. I know that everything he does for me, everything he recommends that I do, is for my own good. For me to have a better future. I get that. I understand all of that. So you might be asking, so what's the big deal? Well, let me explain. So, I also want to mention this part. Business has been pretty ass for a very long time. Business has been horrible. It's been extremely quiet at work for a very long time. We'd be lucky to make a handful of sales on... And then during an entire week. Wow, how did I survive that? You know, if lucky, I can count. I can actually, for one, count. Wait, that's not right. What I meant to say is, like, usually, I can count how many sales we could make in 1 week on just one hand. Let's say that. So, business is bad. It's not really sustainable. And so, what my dad has been just non-stop pushing me to do is hurry up, like absolutely hurry the hell up, and do an... I almost shot myself out way too early. Is to hurry up and do another program already. Another program in school. Another college program. Like, he wants me to do one so quickly, so badly, to the point he wants me to do one. Well, not now. Well, of course he wants that, but he wanted me to do one before now. Say he wanted me to do one like 2 years ago, when I was currently doing another college program. So he really wanted me to juggle between doing 2 separate college programs at once. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I mentioned this playing other games before, but I don't think I mentioned it here. College has easily been the worst time of my entire life. There has never been a point in my life where I have been... Wait, no. There's never been a lower point in my life than me being in college. College has drained me so much financially and mentally that it is the lowest point in my entire life. And what does my dad want for me? Well, of course he wants the best for me. And that would mean, well, doing 2 college programs at the same time. And just, you know, how do I get that? Don't I need Spark? Wasn't there Spark I just passed somewhere? Or can I do it with this? I don't think you're meant to do it like this. Because there was no mecha in the original game anyways. So he wanted me to do another college program years ago. At the same time, while I was already doing the college program that I was currently at the time doing. And well, time passed. I graduated, but there was still this big exam looming, and the time has come for that exam to happen. But during that time, he wanted me to just go ahead and do the next one, since I already graduated, despite the fact that I still had an exam coming. So, oh god, I need some sort of blade weapon. AKA a sword. Oh, I almost fell down. I almost fell down. You saw that? I was afraid that was gonna happen. So as if, so let's see, right now, the pressures that's on my mind, that I'm stressing about, is I have an exam coming up that I'm not prepared for in the slightest, and the time limit is waning. Business is bad, so money is extremely tight right now. And the fact that, you know, my poor spending habits, I spent way too much money on way too much junk that I really don't need. Yeah, that doesn't help in the slightest, but I am who I am. And I'm not proud of it. So there's a lot of pressure in me to get this exam done first try, because of how freaking expensive it was. We had to pay like $1,700 for me to take this exam. and then $500 for refresher courses. Courses that, you know, will refresh your memories on everything that was taught during the years of college. Well, yeah, that's basically it. The name says it all. Refresher course, the name just says it completely. So, exam I'm not prepared for. A lot of pressure, lots of, you know, expectations for me to get it first try. Business is bad, so no money, but the exam was super expensive. If I fail, I'll have to pay another at least $1,700. You know, it's wasting time if I failed, but I'm also wasting time by not preparing. And in the back of my mind, when I'm goofing off and not studying, that's what's... I guess you could say my conscience is screaming at me about. And then there's also the pressure of my dad. Well, both my parents, honestly, but mostly my dad, who just non-stop, keeps on nagging me, keeps on reminding me. In fact, just earlier today, I don't know if he's listening in on me recording this, actually. Wouldn't that be funny? Earlier today, what really prompted this to happen, for me to really just talk about this stuff, is what happened earlier today. I kid you guys not, a power outage just happened as I was recording this. Okay, so I'm back. Anyways, so as I was saying, what really prompted me to start talking about this today, like right now, is what happened earlier today, and that is, during work, a friend of my mom's came over to, you know, buy stuff. And he said how for, I think, like 8 years, as a car dealership... What? Wait, don't go in here. As a car salesman... No, wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. He said, like, for 8 years, as a car salesman, that's no longer sustainable. He can't exactly live like that anymore. Because it's just not paying enough, I guess. Like, he just can't live off of that anymore. So he said he's switching careers. Don't hit me. Alright, fine. Hit me all you want, I guess. So he's switching careers because being a car salesman just isn't enough anymore. Man, there was no getting out of that. So what's the career change, you may ask? What is he changing to? Well, exactly what my family has been pushing me to do. And that is real estate. Listen, real estate's a good job. It's a very good job. It pays well, lots of clients. So my family has been pushing me to do real estate, but I'm not even done what I'm currently doing yet. And there's a lot of pressure for me to finish what I'm currently doing. Like, here's my plan, alright? So, hopefully, of course hopefully, I get this exam done first try, which is very unlikely at my rate, but hey, a guy can dream. So after that, I want to take a break, even if it's a short one. My exam is in June, so maybe I take the rest of the year off. Maybe January, I begin going back to school, doing real estate. That's not what my family plans for me. They want me to immediately, regardless of, I assume, regardless of if I pass or fail. Oh, I should have spat that forward. That's my fault. I should have spat that forward instead of back. But my family seems like they want me to immediately just jump into the next program. Listen, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm sure just like many others out there, I had maybe 15 years of non-stop school. Just like everyone else did. from 1st grade to the end of high school, which is like 12th grade. That's 12 years, and then, you know, give or take like 3 years of kindergarten and whatever came before that. So, give or take roughly 15 years of non-stop school, and then, after high school, is college. 3 years of college. So that has passed. I'm tired. I want a break. So I would like to take some sort of time off of school. Any sort of period in my life where I don't have to wake up worrying about the next thing. Now, that'll never happen, but you know what? Just leave me alone, okay? Instead of, you know, worrying about bills and taxes, that's for later on. I'm saying right now, I don't have to wake up worrying about the next assignment due, the next project to hand in, the next test coming up, or in this case, after freaking graduating, a big exam coming up. I just want to be able to wake up for just a little while and not have anything on my mind to worry about. But that doesn't seem like the plan. They want me to, right away, jump into doing real estate. And, you know, the sad part is, my parents are right. And here's why. Here's where they come in right. Well, I feel like I should focus on the game more than rambling. This is all very first world problems, I know. Extremely first world problems. Like, none of my problems truly matter in the grand scheme. But, you know, like, knowing that, and knowing people actually would call me out for worrying about, like, absolutely nothing, just always makes me feel like it just makes me feel like I have no right to feel this way. Like, all of this is my own doing, because I'm the one who refuses to study. So yes, I am aware that this is all entirely my own fault, my own doing. But anyways, my parents are right in the sense that not wasting time, which is absolutely what I'm doing. Because my dad constantly tells me, "I told you so." Ooh, I forgot the sphere doomer does this. Like, he literally said it earlier tonight. He said, "I told you so, you should have listened to me and done real estate maybe 2 years ago when I told you to. Because now, you know how much money you would have right now? You would have been past that by now. You would have so much money, so much paycheck by now. You don't have to stress about anything. No need to stress about money anymore. You can buy whatever you want. You can, like, you know, flex your money or flex your fancy car to all your friends." Like, the sad truth is, he's very much right. Had I done real estate maybe 2 years ago, while I was doing another college program, all of that would be true. Call me lazy or call me just broken inside. Mentally, I just would not have been able to handle 2 college programs. Especially, like I said, college being the lowest point I've ever been in my whole life. Nope, I can't kill that thing inside. Oh, it's this level. Let me get a spark. Really? I asked for one and I get neither. Here, let me get fire instead. So, aside from that, my dad just tells me the same thing. It's basically just, "I told you so," non-stop. He just wants me to not waste time, real quick. Just get it done. Just start it. Just do it. Do it, get it done, regardless of your current situation, your current position, of if you have anything else to do, something else to study for. And like I said, I'm torn. My parents are right, the fact that... Don't I need ice? They're right in the fact that, had I done it, my life would have been my life would have greatly benefited from it by now. So that's why I'm torn. Once I'm done this exam, regardless of if I pass or fail or not, God help me if I fail. Regardless of that, do I take that break that I want? You know, that break that I have not had one in like 15 years? Or do I listen to what they say, the correct advice that they gave me, and just suck it up, do it, and benefit greatly from it? And, you know, what they said, quote unquote, don't waste time. So I would not be wasting time by taking that much wanted break. Is it a necessary break? No, not necessarily, but it's very much a wanted break. So let's recap, shall we? So what is getting me screaming internally lately? This exam coming up that I am nowhere near prepared for, and the time limit is slowly but very noticeably decreasing. I didn't think that would work. Don't I need water now? Didn't I lose my water now? Yep. Anyways, back to the recap. So yes, I have an exam coming up that I'm not prepared for in the slightest. There's a lot of pressure for me to get it done first try. It was very expensive, a very expensive exam. Money that, you know, we would preferably not have to pay again for me to retake, because business is very bad right now. The next program that I'm doing in my life, being real estate, do I take a break from school, just take some time off and relax, truly relax for once? Or do I listen to what my parents say and not waste time? Just non-stop, one program to another, just jump from one to another without truly any break in between. And you know, that's not all that I have in mind, that's constantly on my mind. This is completely unrelated too, but something else that's continuously living rent-free in my mind is always, this is gonna sound weird, but mentally preparing for deaths. I know that sounds bizarre, but let me explain. Ever since the death of my grandpa and my first dog, it was right at those moments. I knew this as a fact before, but it truly hit after they had passed, that nobody's gonna be here forever. Nobody will be by my side forever, especially my family members. So I mentally prepare every single day for the day where they will be gone too. I know that's like no way to live, but that's just what's happened to me. That's just where my mind is at all the time. I mean, I have to prepare. Who knows what could happen? Someone in my family could be gone tomorrow, next week. So who knows? This is a crazy, dangerous world. Accidents can happen, or unexpected events can happen. Or if I'm lucky, decades will pass My family dies naturally of age. But I still have to prepare for those moments. I mean, hell, I know there's a few family members that don't have too much time left. Maybe a handful of years left. So I prepare for that all the time. Ooh, let me get away from that. I mean, all the stuff I've said already up to this point just sounds a lot, and just sounds a lot like me just bitching about my life. I know I'm focusing mostly on the negatives. I mean, there's also a bunch of positives on my positives in my life as well. Very loving family, supportive and loving family, parents, big, loving house. What? Big. Well, yeah, just a big house to live in, let's say that. Food on the table every day. I realize how lucky I am and how much for granted I've taken that. You know, I know a lot of people out there don't have access to education or all this stuff that I do. House, food. I realize how lucky I am for that. And here I am, bitching and, you know, just complaining about, ooh, he has one exam to do coming up. It's like, big deal. Suck it up and study. Like, I just know some people will say that to me. And that's why, like I said, I always feel like I have no right to feel how I feel. But that doesn't change the fact that I do feel this way. We all remember what this spark gets us. Oh boy. I'm not ready, but I have to. I have to do this. No! I missed the first one! Never mind! Nah, forget the first one. We don't need the first one. Got all upset for nothing. We don't need the first one. In fact, now that I think about it, I think it's the last one we need. Only the last one. Never mind, I take it back. I take back that, no, I missed the first one. But that's basically everything that's been on my mind lately, like how much, the immense pressure I feel right now. Oh, they tricked me. I didn't think there would be one of those on there. Oh, why did I jump? I thought it would open up. Pause. Anyways. That's just a bunch of stuff that's been on my mind lately. This examination coming up that, honestly, I haven't even started. I mean, I've took a glimpse and notes, but like, what good does that do if you're not truly studying? You basically just, or not you, but I basically just took a look at the sheet of paper, and that's about it. Didn't truly begin rehearsing everything yet, memorizing all the stuff that I need to know. Once again, like, I'm shifting the blame to lack of motivation, but you could just call me lazy, I guess. When I first started college, I was, I guess you could say I was optimistic about doing this program that I'm about to be examined for. But then, over the years of college, my passion, as if I really had any already, was all gone, was all killed. Like, I'm not kidding you. My final year of college, like the final classes, any sort of motivation was gone. I just really had no more no more urge in me to do any of the assignments. No more feel for studying for the tests or exams. I was just finished. Final year of college, I just couldn't take it anymore. At that point, I was finishing just for the sake of finishing. But clearly I didn't finish because I graduated. I still got to go back to the goddamn campus to do an exam and pay them for it. Wow, way to miss the actual expensive, large value costing one. Wasn't there an energy sphere somewhere here I needed to be sharp on? Great, I want this ticket, but I'm gonna lose my sword. Unless I can bounce back. Nope. Oh, I thought this was an enemy I could suck. Pause. Oh, energy sphere's right here. Man, I can't go back and get that. Get those stars. What's also going to suck pretty hard, pause, is that this time, whenever I do a real estate program, I'm on my own. I won't have any help for this. You might ask, what do you mean by that? Why would you have help for it? Man, I want a beam. Well, the thing is, the current college program that I did and am about to be tested for. Well, that was the family business, and also prior to me doing it, my sister did the same thing. She did this program too. She left a bunch of her notes for me. I have staff who can help me out with that stuff. It's not like I really asked them for help anyways, because I couldn't be bothered to, but regardless, I still had help available. But this time, I'll be on my own. I mean, sure, we have family friends who are real estate agents, so they could probably help me out if I ever have questions, but the studying part, I'm on my own. At that point, there would truly be no one else's fault to why I couldn't pass, but my own. So because this time I won't have any help, I'll have to study on my own, like truly. Ooh, just barely missed that. Truly study on my own, and if I fail, it would be all my own fault. I mean, technically it was my own fault when I failed, even when I had help, because I didn't ask anyone for help. Life is tough. The more I grow up, the more I realize, why was I born into this world of pain and suffering? The life I want to live simply just cannot pass in this world. And what kind of life is that? Well, you're seeing it now. I primarily play video games for fun. But that doesn't earn money. That doesn't put food on the table. That doesn't pay the bills, keep the lights on. I mean, hell, the power just went out. And yes, I am being a hypocrite right now, panicking about not studying for that exam when I'm doing this right now instead of hitting the books, hitting the notes. Yes, I am very aware of that. Hit it! Damn it! I'm sure looking back at this video, maybe like 10 years, 20 years, many decades from now, I'll look back and think, wow, I was really stressing about nothing back then. Or I could look back thinking like, wow, that was a stressful time in my life. I remember that fondly. But as of right now, this very moment that I'm playing, I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to do this, and then a lot of pressure on what I'm going to do afterwards. And the current situation doesn't help too, like I said. Bad business, not really too much income, money is tight. And then there's also the guilt in me, knowing that had I truly just sucked it up, no pause on that, truly just sucked it up and just did 2 separate college programs at the same time, you know, would the pain have been worth feeling, I don't want to say salvation, I don't think that's the right word, but just not feeling as bad as I do now? Like, would that have been worth it? Well, we can only know in some alternate timeline. An alternate timeline where things played out differently. Or the multiverse where, well, same thing, things played out differently. Oh yeah, there's also my health I need to worry about too. I literally just went to the hospital for this. Then again, it wasn't an emergency, it was just to try to see a doctor about it. But still, I had a stinking what's it called again? IV thing stuck in my arm for almost an hour. A normal, healthy person would not have needed that if everything was fine. Once again, on the bright side, at least the doctor said that the blood results, my blood was fine. Organs are fine, so that's good. At least that's good to know. You know, something I've always been bad at, and I'm still bad at it to right now, with plenty of evidence, is I've never been able to prioritize the important stuff first. What is the important stuff in this case? Well, studying. As it has always been throughout, you know, elementary school, high school. I was never able to truly prioritize studying first. Never once did I ever study first, then play. Get all your homework done, then you can do whatever you want. Like, absolutely no problems. Because that's the exact same problem I have right now. You know, I have so many things to watch, so many things to game, so many games to play, so many shows and videos to watch. And I do those first. I do those instead of studying. And then before I know it, the entire day is gone. What are you doing? You almost missed the door. It just makes me feel like I simply am not suited for this world. I don't want to sound like that, but still. The way I want to live is actually just not suited for this world. 'Tis indeed a cruel world I was born into. And yes, once again, very first world problems. I'm saying how cruel the world is when I have a big house, food on the table every day, education that lots of people aren't able to get. What? Look at this! Look at his health! One more hit and I would have won that. You know, I don't know how close I am to my breaking point, but there are moments in the day where I feel like I could just break out in tears. I could just start crying because of just how much there is to deal with in life. And it's only going to get worse. Like, this is actually a very tame moment in my life. It's only going to get busier from here. Because eventually I'll have to worry about stuff like taxes, mortgages, bills. One day, I'm gonna think back to when I was stressing about studying for one simple exam. I'm gonna think, man, that was a cakewalk back then. But anyways, there's like lots of other things I could talk about, vent about, but we kind of finished the 3 levels, so I guess we kind of have to call it here. I don't know how long this video is gonna come out, because I do have to edit together 2 parts, because one of them got cut off by the power cutting out. Hopefully next time we talk about a more positive topic, more positive mood. Because, you know, Kirby's fun. Kirby's a positive character. A very bright, positive tone. Huh? I'm gonna shut up now. Anyways, that's the end of 3 stages. Next time we'll do the next 3, starting with 4. See you guys then.